All right, y'all. Welcome back to Tailored Health Tips. This is the How I Lost My Beer Belly series, and this is tip number 9. And this tip looks at fasting. And for me, fasting is something that I wasn't really experienced with. The only time that I had fasted before this past few months when I was determined to lose my beer belly was when I was working at EcoBank in Lomé, Togo. And I ran into a situation with a boss who shall remain nameless, but those who know me will know who I'm talking about, where for whatever reason, I felt that she was trying to block me in my career, and it felt spiritual. So the only thing that came to me at that time was to try to fight it spiritually by fasting for 100 days and praying. And what I would do is I would basically fast during the day and break my fast in the evening. And I did this for 100 days and was able to do the fast, right? So when I learned about fasting and the power of fasting as a health practice, I became very intrigued and I became determined to do fasting. So I watched SHI ton, finish the spelling with a T, of videos to help me understand like what happens when you fast, what happens to your body, when you go through different lengths of fast, like what happens if it's like even during intermittent fasting, like if you don't eat for 18 hours, what happens to your body? Well, what if you actually fast for a full 24 hours? What happens? 48 hours, 72 hours, 7-day fast, right? So I did all that homework and all that research to better understand what fasting does. And little by little, I started forming a picture of the benefits of fasting. And one of the key things that convinced me that I had to incorporate fasting into my battle against my beer belly was understanding that there are certain processes like autophagy that the body enters into where repairs can be done and damaged cells can be replaced, which are super helpful. At least I believe that's what autophagy means. I should actually check that to be sure. And then also, more importantly, like when your body enters into ketosis and begins to use ketones and burn fat as fuel. Now that was really something I wanted to get into because I knew that the reason why I had a beer belly is because my diet and nutrition choices had led my body to have an excess amount of things that had converted to fat, including like all the sugars and carbs that get converted into fat. And it was storing this fat because it didn't have a way of getting to it, if you will, because I was giving it so much sugar for fuel, it wasn't accessing the fat. So I wanted to get into ketosis, and I read that like more or less within the first 24 hours of a fast, or maybe slightly less than 24 hours, your body enters into ketosis, so it will burn fat for fuel. So I was very determined to give my body that opportunity and see what would happen to my beer belly. So the first fast I tried was a 3-day fast. And the first day was tough because I felt like I was hungry and like I could hear my stomach grumbling, but I pushed through. And then like the second day was also a bit difficult. Sometimes when I would stand up, I'll feel a little bit lightheaded, so I'd have to like take my time. But by the third day, it actually felt great. Like I felt I had more energy and I wasn't hungry. And even when I broke the fast, the 72-hour fast, like I realized that I was eating because it was time to break the fast, not because I was hungry. But okay, fair enough. So I did that. And at this stage, I was going to my physio, so I would let him know when I was fasting. And I must say, my physio is great on a number of fronts, but one of the things that I can see he clearly has a bias against is fasting. He's not a fan of fasting. Like whenever I would tell him that I'm fasting, because I've done it a number of times now, he would definitely make some comments to let me know that he was worried that I would waste away and this, that, and the other. But anyway, I would listen, but I knew I'd done the homework. I knew the benefits that I was going for, and I also saw how my body reacted like during that first 72-hour fast. Like I definitely lost weight, and more importantly, I could see that my beer belly was shrinking. So if proof is in the seeing and proof is in the experiencing, by day 3 of that very first 72-hour fast, I knew that fasting was working. So what I did mainly because of the reaction of my physio, because he's also very knowledgeable, and I wanted to be mindful that, of course, he has my best interests at heart. So maybe I was so gung-ho that there's things that I wasn't seeing that he was seeing. I decided that what I would do is I would actually do a 3-day fast every other week as opposed to every week. And I did that for the first month. And man, by the time I got to the third fast, and I also continued doing homework to understand how to do the fast correctly and what to do if you feel hungry, especially, as I said, those first 2 days where where I felt hungry. So then I learned that, oh, you could actually drink water and you could add something as simple as salt, just a little bit of salt to the water that you drink, and that would help to calm down the body in terms of like sending out signals that you're hungry. And I tried that, and that worked really, really well. So then I continued that 3-day fast every other week. And then I decided actually I wanted to see if I could do a 7-day fast. So after 2 months of doing the 3-day fast every other week, I did the 7-day fast. And the first day, because now I knew what to do in terms of like dealing with the body sending out signals that I'm hungry, I didn't feel anything in terms of that hunger because I was drinking the water with a little bit of salt in it. When I got to day 3, I was a bit nervous because I hadn't really exercised, like, I hadn't fasted for longer than 3 days, and I didn't know if I would have the energy to exercise. But something told me just get out there and, well, first of all, something told me to research like what happened. So I did a little bit of Googling and ChatGPT and Google Bard, like searching, and I found out that the body actually, because it's in ketosis, should be pretty good when it comes to like doing exercise, like day 4 through 7 of a fast. So then I started doing that. So I did it, and I found out that not only did I have more energy, I really felt great. And then, my weight dropped like tremendously. So I went from 201, and I was starting to approach like the 166s and 165s, if you will. And I just wanted to see how low my body would go in terms of weight, and also like the beer belly, and it went pretty low. I wasn't trying to maintain that weight, I just was curious to see. So after that 7-day fast, I found that I learned a SHI ton, finished the spelling with a T, about A, my body, but also B, like what my body is capable of. The energy levels were off the chain. Like I felt great. My moods improved, like snoring and being blocked, like when I sleep, gone, and those types of things. So long story short, I am now a big believer in fasting. And while I won't be doing 7-day fast, I don't really need to. I do like the occasional 74-hour fast, 72-hour fast, and I'm looking forward to those types of fasts to see how that continues to help me to now maintain the non-beer belly, right? So I've lost the beer belly. I just want to make sure it doesn't come back. All right, Joe, I'm curious. How about you? What are you doing when it comes to fasting? If you're on this journey to lose your beer belly, or if you've lost your beer belly, how did fasting help you to lose your beer belly? For those who are starting out the journey, what are you thinking about in terms of fasting? Are you planning to do it? Like, how long would you go, and what types of things are you thinking about? Drop me some comments, let me know. If you've liked this video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you think someone else would benefit from this video, please share it with them. If you would like to be notified about the next video in this series or other videos I drop in the channel, click on that notification bell. All right, y'all. See you soon.